Hey, hi. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe Video Journal Diary for July 4th, 2025. You know, darn, I look slimmer. Look it, I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now. I'm trying to take deep breaths, you guys. So I just had like an onset of a PTSD episode right now. So I wanted to record this because I have never recorded it before in the past, right? This is kind of what I have to go through. My heart rate goes up, which I'm sure my blood pressure is spiking right now. I'm trying to be calm, cool, and collect. I'm really trying. If you're wondering, like, why is she like that? What? I'm going to tell you right now, okay? I'm going to tell you. I just need a couple breaths here, okay? And then I'll show you, because this is going to probably be a pretty long video, because I'm actually, even though I'm going through this, I'm actually really proud of myself, because I was able to just barely, because I was cutting it close, just barely, avoid like an episode, I guess. I don't know, or I don't know what would have happened, but all right. I still feel it, but I feel a little better to talk now. Let me sit down. So let me tell you the whole story, right? And before I start showing you all kinds of stuff, okay? So this morning I went to the park. I didn't see any sheriff or nothing there. It was regular. Just went around. I did my push-ups. I did my walking. And then I was going to go home like normal. Because last night I had gosh, I'm going to have to talk about it in a chit-chat. I'll talk about that in a chit-chat. But anyway, so I go to take my normal route home, and I just happened to look down a road, and I passed a street, and then I stopped, because you can just stop right here. There's no traffic, there's no nothing, okay? You don't have to worry about nothing. So I kind of stopped, and I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? I want to take a drive around town. I just want to see my town. What's going, because like I've been here for a few months now, and I've only just seen the normal trails that I go, or the normal paths I go, but nothing beyond that, really. So I thought, I'm going to just drive around the neighborhood and check out the neighborhood. So I did that, and it's, people keep things around here fairly clean. Everybody likes to maintain their yards. Some houses look better than others. It's looks like a normal community. Some houses have fences, some houses don't, some houses are brick, some houses are like those fabricated homes or whatever, the trailer type homes. They have a couple old buildings. Like, it's like an average neighborhood. There's rundown places, around here, but you're gonna find that everywhere. This is not like a wealthy town, even though like you might see like a really fancy house right here. They're still not wealthy, because you're purchasing a home in your house is better. I don't know, because I know some people out here, they can't even afford a house, but they got one, right? Anyways, it just looks like normal neighborhood. I'm just gonna tell you that much. You have some people that are doing a little bit better than others, and some that, that are whatever, Anyways, okay, let me just keep going with this, okay? Because I'm kind of rambling. So, I went driving around, and then I noticed there's a freaking car following me. That makes me feel uncomfortable. It wasn't a car, it was a truck. And, I was kind of driving around, and I understand that, I'm new in the neighborhood, and people, if they don't see a stranger, that they might be curious, but it kind of makes me nervous. Curious about maybe somebody come to rob them or whatever. But I mean, if they would have come close, they just would see it's just me and my dogs, you know. But I think I'm going to have to deal with that for a while now. Because, I mean, yeah, if somebody's driving around the neighborhood, you don't know, you know, and you're just curious, I guess that's, you know, okay. But it honestly makes me feel uncomfortable, especially because I just moved here. And there's not a big welcoming wagon for anybody who moves here, to be quite honest with you. Okay. Oh, I can't eat that. I don't have my teeth. I take the teeth out during the day. I don't like to wear it. You know, I wear it when I eat and that's it. Because, you know, I don't really care about missing teeth. I just care about eating, to be quite honest. Yep. There you go. That's how much I care about what people think. I really don't. I don't have back teeth on the top. It's hard to eat. I lost them. I had bad dental work done in the past. The VA tried to burn me with my teeth too, so that's what I get. Okay? All right. So, I noticed that, and I'm just like, you know. But then I can't get too angry because, you know, they're just wondering, I'm sure. So then I kind of get down the road, and then I get to, like, the town square-ish area, and I'm like, oh, shoot. They're doing something in the town square today in here. I forgot about the 4th of July. I wasn't thinking that this town would do anything. But I guess they do. So, you know, because it seems so dead all the time here, you know. And so I saw people setting up booths. They have somebody from the Lions Club. They have this, that, and the other. The only problem here, I went to the Lions Club in person. I was like, do you have any pamphlet or any information about the Lions Club? She didn't even have anything. Oh, I forgot. I'm like, that's kind of important when you're representing. I'm like, but all right, it's okay. She's like, you can go online, you know. And I'm like, you know, there's a lot of people that don't have internet or phones. And she's like, yeah. You know, like I was just mentioning stuff just casually, you know. And then I saw that guy that I was talking about, the veteran guy that I really kind of like, but he's very aggressive. You know, it's a shame. And I was like, guess what? You know, Brian is hearing the fire trucks and stuff go by. That's what he does when they throw their sirens. That's what they do when the sirens go. Brian goes. So anyways, we're going to hear it for a while because I don't know if they're having some event over there. It might be going on for a little bit. My poor dogs have to deal with that. So anyways, I kind of forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, the 4th of July parade over there. So I was like, oh, there's a couple booths opening up there. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to go see what booths are there right now. So, so I can get what I need and get the hell out of there. Because, you know what? Like, I don't feel comfortable in this town yet. Like, I don't feel comfortable. I honestly don't feel safe either. But, I mean, I'll protect myself right here. You know, doesn't matter. But because I don't feel that comfortable in this town, like, I can't be in crowds in this town. Yeah, the PTSD that I have, it doesn't allow me to be around too many people. My blood pressure goes up really high. I could get a stroke or a heart attack or something, you know what I mean? That's why I'm constantly working on my health and my weight and all that stuff, because it also contributes to that. Yeah, my poor dogs. They're doing this at the parade. They're throwing out those sirens. They're throwing out fireworks, and my dogs are freaking out. Let me bring them in. Hold on. Come in, everybody. Come on, Chica. Chica, come on. Yeah, that's why, and you know, so I gotta bring them in. They hear it less in here. So anyways, I get to the place and I see a couple things I want to get, and I didn't have my wallet with me, and then I ran over to the next couple booths to see what they had real quick, and I'm like, shoot, there's things I want from here. So, because I like farmer markets, you know, but if I don't feel comfortable in the town, it's difficult for me to even walk through there because I won't feel comfortable or safe around my environment. It's just that. It doesn't matter if the environment is friendly and everybody's sunshiny nice, but if I feel that way, I have to leave. I have to leave. So it was still, there was barely anybody there. So I saw what they had there. So I ran home and I got my wallet and I came right back. And then I just started purchasing stuff that I wanted real quick. I'll tell you, you know, the first thing I bought, which is really nice. I bought this nice honey. Yeah. I bought this nice honey. South Texas raw honey. Rockin' M Ranch. So it comes in a nice, beautiful box. Because you know what? I was thinking when I saw this, like, you guys know, like, I'm trying to be more healthy, more fit, and I you know, I don't want to have, when I went to the doctor, the eye doctor, I guess when they look in your eye, they can tell whether or not it's something that has to do with diabetes. Because she asked me, she's all, do you have diabetes? And I was like, no. And she said, because in your eye, there's something that she sees, I guess, that can show you that somebody may have diabetes, right? And so when she said that, like, I'm not going to run and go to the hospital. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back on my starches and my sugars and, you know, stop doing that because I'm not diabetic. And if there's a chance that I could be I'm going to avoid that. So that was good for me to go there. But check this honey out. Look at that. It comes in this nice, it tells you the little something here about the honey too on the package. And you know, so I got this because gosh, I can't even get it out of the box. Ugh. Sorry. So I got this. I'm holding the camera. That's why I'm holding it with one hand and doing everything with the other, okay? So yeah, this is how it looks. It comes in a beautiful bottle too. But I got this and I got the big one. These are $20. Okay, I can give you guys, or you can just look up this says Locking M Ranch, Woodsboro, Texas, and then this says Rocking M Ranch. It's rocking. Here. You know what? It's coming out blurry. It says Rocking M Ranch, Woodsboro, Texas, 78393-361-960-1362. Anyways, if you want to order some from them, you can contact them at this number and they can tell you how to get it if you're interested. Rocking M Ranch is a sanctuary offering peace, healing, and tranquility to all who enter. It supports a diversity of life, providing meaningful relationships between animals and humans alike. I freaking love them now. I didn't even really look this over. This is very nice. These are good people. You can tell by what they say on there. Anyways. This is their honey, and I've decided that I want to try to use more honey instead of sugar in my drinks or whatever, because sugar's, I think honey is better for you. I still have to do research on that. But I think it's better, and plus with all the chemicals, and then I've been using like artificial sweeteners, and those are for sure chemicals. I need to kind of stay away from that, and then I just kind of have to stay away from just overly sweetened stuff anyways, okay? So this is the first thing I bought. It was very nice, Rocking M Ranch, and they're in Woodsboro, Texas. Very nice people. Very nice lady. I love that energy from them. Okay, next we have from another place. You guys know I like the farmers market. If you know me and you've been watching, you guys already know I like farmer market. So the last time I went to a farmer market was in Flagstaff, in Arizona last year. Actually, it was about exactly the same time. I was in Flagstaff, Arizona last year for 4th of July in the mountains. It was good for my dogs. There was no fireworks, so I didn't have to deal with that. This year, I don't know what's going to happen with them, so I'll have to see. We probably should have went camping at Goliad. I wonder if it's too late to do that. Because I don't want them to feel, you know. You know what? We're gonna brave it out, and I'm just gonna monitor them and see how they do, and that's what we're gonna see. Because I mean, yeah. Anyways, okay. So the next place I went, I don't see the card. That's the problem. Shoot. He said he put it in the bag, but I don't. Jamie's Craft Studio. That's what it was called. They had a trailer, just like my trailer, but a little bit bigger. And, gosh. I really like that lady, too. I'm kind of upset that I can't find the card. Shoot. Oh, I don't have the card. Where did it go? The guy said he put it in my bag. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like me. He was a police officer, I guess. I don't know. She was fantastic. She's an angel, that lady. I'll have to, it says Possum Hollow Candles, 361-550-5702. This is probably her. Kennedy, Texas. Yeah, that's her. Kennedy, Texas. That's her. Because they're out of Kennedy, Texas, so they went over there to that place. And they went to that place, and they have a booth there. And you guys know I love candles. So I bought 3 candles now. She's got all kinds of shapes and sizes of candles over there. You can call. It's called for this candle. It says Possum Hollow Candles, 361-550-5702. If you're interested in these, I'm telling you, they smell so good. You can't smell it, so I can't give you an example. And when they do their candles, they use that wick, that wood wick. So when it's burning, it crackles. Oh my God, the rose one, you guys. I'm actually going to start it right now. I feel a lot calmer now. I feel better now. I feel better. I met another 2 ladies over there. They were really nice too. They're like, welcome to the neighborhood. And but when I left those ladies, I had to leave. The place was filling up. I was like, I had to get out of there. I had to freaking jam out of there. I was starting to feel crazy. When I pulled out, I almost hit a car. Like, yeah, I had to get out of there. It was too much. Anyways. Yeah. So I basically just lit the candle. I put my intention on the candle. Yeah, I'm at the table that I do tarot readings, in case you guys are noticing that. It's just I'm not doing a reading right now. But yeah, so with that being said, what I'll do here, this candle went out. I burn candles through all the time. I think most of my money goes to candles. Look, it's snap crackling. It's so cute, you guys. I love it. You see that? Snap crackling. It's a rose color, and it smells so good. Like how she did it, I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, so that's I got these things from her, which that kind of sucks that I lost the card, but I think that's her phone number. I don't see the card. He said he put one in the bag, but it's not in the bag, so I knew I should have grabbed one. They're like, I gave you one. Or the guy's all, I gave you one. It's in your bag. But it's not. Oh, well. It's okay. There's the number's on the candle. So, yeah. So I went there. And then I saw, and then I was trying to be cool. And I guess you can't be cool with everybody. People just like trip out on you, I guess. But I saw a girl there. I thought she was a teen. I didn't know. She looked so young. She was actually 29. And her mom was right there too. And her mom looked great. She looked really super young. And so I was like, she was selling like little brownies and cupcakes and those things. But you guys, I don't eat that stuff, you know. But when I saw her, I kind of thought she was like If anybody, if any kids are trying to sell money to raise money for their school or for something for any, I love to contribute to that because the kids need that, just period. Okay. So I thought she was young, but she wasn't. She was hard of hearing, and that's why I realized, because her voice was so high too, that kind of contributed to it. And I'm like, oh, you're hearing impaired. I'm like, that's why your voice, makes you sound so young. And she's like, well, people tell me I look young anyways, and blah, 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 right? So I bought some of those things from her because, to try to break the ice with some people around there. And so I bought them all, and I was like, asking people, would you like a brownie? I just bought them from her, and I would like to offer you one. And nobody would want one. Nobody would want one. That's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird. People, I don't know. I took it some type of way. So, but that's just me. So I ended up actually giving all those sweets that I got from her back, but I told her to keep the money and that bag of sweets to give it to any kids that walk by that look like they can't afford it or can't do it, to give it to them for free. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's really hard to like be nice to people because some people, they just don't accept it because maybe it might be because they're just, I don't even know why. To be honest with you, I don't even know why. I don't know why people are mean to you when you're just trying to be nice. Especially with me. Like, this is how I talk to people all the time. Like how I'm talking to you chilling right here. That's how I talk to people all the time. That guy, that aggressive guy, I saw him. I like that guy a lot. But he's too aggressive for me. And, I saw him. I'm like, guess what? I'm having the Colgan man come to my house. They're going to check the water. And then I said, I'm going to have the whole house fitted with a clean water system because it's so bad here. And he keeps saying, like, it's not bad and it's good enough. And he gets so angry. But you know what? Like, I'm like, if there's arsenic in the water, those have long-term effects, like, if there, and in this town, it's like above the legal limit. It's terrible. And he started getting mad at me because I'm looking into it. Why? There's something going on with him, and he gets really aggressive. And I told him, I had to tell him, I finally broke down and I told him, I'm like, hey, why are you getting angry with me? I'm not even doing anything wrong. He's like, because you're telling me. I'm like, you're telling me I'm getting angry and I'm over. He's like, you're only being like this because you're over emotional about the water. Excuse me? Yeah, I am over emotional about the water. He's like, that water's not going to kill you. Like, I don't know who's been putting ideas in his head. But, and I may not have graduated with the bachelor's, but I did study that. And I have done research on that. It's not my fault. My dad kicked me out of the house on my last year before I got my bachelor's degree. But I took away a lot of information from that. And I use it today. Everything I learned at the university. I use everything I learned today. And I apply it to my life. And he studied sociology. Like, that's nothing to do with clean water. Because I asked him, I'm like, oh, you went to school, so you know that that whatever's at this water doesn't cause cancer or anything like that? He's like, no. And dude, it does. Long-term effects. People are dropping off from drinking this bad water. And a lot of people can't afford to go out and buy water all the time. So they drink this water. Anyways. The lady I bought the candles from, though, she seemed to know a lot about the town, and she had a lot to say. I was like, wow. I was trying to look around because she was talking a lot, and I was trying to look around, and I'm like, is there a chair right? Can I sit on this? She's like, so she called her husband. He used to be a police officer. She called her husband over, and I think her name was Jamie. Her name is Jamie. She called her husband over. He used to be a police officer, And anyways, I wanted to listen to what she had to say. She had a lot of stuff to tell me. She told me a lot of things about the town, about what happened to her. And yeah, Yeah, she's actually a very special lady, that woman. She has basically survived a lot of situations miraculously. Um, I believe, I don't know if she does, maybe she, I think she does. I believe that God saved her from her miraculous almost demises. You know, like she went through some couple things, and I was just like, oh my God, you are just the greatest person ever. You're so lucky. You're so blessed. You know, like all her stories, she told me. Everybody has stories, you know. Everybody has stories. She has a story of strength too. She has a story of also fighting for the water for her town too, or fighting for the people. And I was like, you are a fantastic person, you know? So I did sit there, but then I shouldn't have, you know what? Not for that long, because I lost track of the moments. And each moment that went by, cars were pulling in and people were coming, and I could see, oh my God, it's getting too full right here. And I could start feeling my heart rate raise. And I started sweating profusely. I said, listen, I have to go get in the car and have to get what I need to get, and I need to leave. And she understood. I'm like, I have the PT. I tell people when I start getting like that, I tell them I have PTSD and I'm starting to feel a lot of anxiety. I can't be around big crowds or like anything like this. So I have to leave. And they're like, okay. So that was very cool of her to understand that, you know. Probably people saw me rushing through there, didn't understand, but I can't. I don't have time to stop and tell everybody. I can only talk to the people who I'm exactly talking to at the moment. So basically, after I spoke with her, that's when I went to the cupcakes. I bought the cupcakes from that one girl. But, you know, being friendly, I don't know, people don't like that in this town, or people, I don't know what the deal is. I couldn't even pass her brownies or her triple chunk brownies or even her cupcakes out, because I bought like, well, I gave her $10, but I bought 8. And I wanted to just pass them out, just be friendly, and nobody would take it from me, even though I told them I got them from her. And that's kind of rude and kind of upsetting, but that's probably where the anxiety started. Because of, you know, yes, people act friendly, but when you try to offer them something, it's like they turn their nose up to me, and it made me feel uncomfortable, because I was just trying to be friendly and offer them a sweet treat from the lady down the road. That's all. So it made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't buy anything from those ladies' booths anyways, because they had items that I just don't, as you know, I'm a minimalist. I only purchase things that I use, that I can get good use out of, right? That's why the house is gonna stay empty, you know? Sure, yes, I bought that. I bought that thing over there. But I paid only $5 each for it. That was cheap. If anything happens or it breaks, I'll throw it in the trash. You know what I mean? So I don't really buy stuff. I keep it at a minimum, because I have 2 dogs. I have to clean. And if I have too many things in here, it's too many things to clean. There you have it. Okay? So there we go. So anyways, I did pass her, and after I bought the muffins though, there was and I will always buy from this lady from now on. Probably this will probably be my person, because you guys know that I only use a certain particular type of soap. I don't buy the store-bought soap. It's got too much chemicals, and I have to be careful. My body system, I'm allergic to all kinds of stuff. You know, I can't take pharmaceuticals. I'm allergic to, like, skin. I get skin irritation. Like, anyways, you all know that I switched from using regular soap to these kind of soaps. Here's one of them. I'll just grab one. And this one is called goat milk soap, sea salt, and lily. So I found my new my soap person. It's called Bonnie View Bath and Bubbles, and they live by Bonnie View, Texas. So there's a lot of people that come to this place right here, this town square, and they join in on the festivities of certain things, and they have booths there, and they do whatever there. And all those people over there, they know this town very well, because some of them like grew up here, went to school here, and all that stuff. So that's why they come here, because they know this place. And so so that's how they can make, you know, their side money, you know, like by selling their product. And I'm glad that I went, because you know what? These are things that I need, right? The candles are kind of expensive, but I don't mind buying these kind of candles every so often. You You know, I'll still go buy the other ones because you guys know that I have to have candles burning here all the time. It's a very important thing in my life. It's part of my therapy and my healing, so I have to do that. But I did buy, but I do like to buy a nice, wonderful scented candle every so often. I don't like to blow candles out though, unless I feel some sort of intuitive feeling, like a weird feeling, like, ooh, put that candle out. Then I will. I have a candle snuff over there for those feelings. But on the norm, I don't feel like that. While I've been here, I think I've only felt like that 3 times. So when I do feel like that, I do put them out. But the soap here, yeah, Bonneville Bath and Bubbles, goat milk soap. And so, when I saw her next, like, when I saw it, because this is the mother of the girl I bought the cupcakes from. When I saw what I said, I started walking to the next booth and I was like, is this you here too? She's like, oh yeah, this is ours too. And I was like, oh my gosh, so that was her daughter, and her mother was doing the soaps and other things. I don't know what else she sold there. I'm sorry. She had a lot of other things, but this is my thing, so I was targeted on this. But she had other stuff that I don't know, probably lotions, or I don't know. I didn't look because I was also starting to feel my anxiety go up. And I don't know if I mentioned it to her or not. I might have, because I don't want people, because you can tell, like, I start sweating and I start getting like this and stuff, and I start like, and I don't want people to think anything. So I have to be vocal and tell them, look, I have PTSD. I'm not good in big crowds, so I need to get this stuff and I need to go right away, you know. And then so she understood. That family, whoever the guy, I don't know, he was ignoring the whole situation, but I think that's how guys are, right? I don't know. And when I was talking to her, I happened to be telling her, because I told her I work out, and she's like, you know, whatever, and then I told her, I said, I told her I lost like 15 pounds recently or whatever, and she's like, right on. And I was just trying to do some small talk, you know what I mean? Just to, because she was actually calming me down as I was talking to her. She didn't realize that, but it was happening. And so I had told her, and she's like, well, how do you like it? And I was like, it's okay. I go, some of the ladies here around are not very friendly. I've waved to a couple ladies at the park. They don't really respond, or they kind of throw their nose up at me, or I don't know, whatever it is. And I say, but that's okay. I just still do my own thing. I said, I'm not trying to race with them, or because, you know, some of them, they run and walk, and I'm not trying to be in a marathon with them. I'm not trying to run a marathon. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be as strong as a man. Like, I want to be able to defend myself from a man if I have to. You know, I want to be able to beat up a guy if I'm being attacked. You know what I'm saying? Because it's happened before. You know, there's nothing wrong. And he was sitting there right when I said that, so he probably thinks I'm butch or I'm a lesbian or something, but I'm not. I'm not. What can I say? You know, I don't know. I don't even know what he was thinking. He probably wasn't thinking anything, for all I know. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Anyways, so I want to show you the soaps that I got from her. Now, I like these soaps, and they were priced exactly how they're supposed to be priced. When I bought these in Flagstaff or in any other place that I've shopped, well, some places are a little bit pricey, but this is the going rate for this soap. So she's priced it right. It's the right size, and she has fantastic different flavors. And so they're $7.50 a bar, okay. But I'm telling you, and I've told you guys this before, this is probably the best soaps that you can use. The ones that people make, they last longer, right? They last longer than those other soaps you buy in the store. Those soaps turn mushy and weird, okay, and yucky. They have weird stuff on your skin. All right, I told you it's going to be a long video. And then, but these ones right here, these ones, they last longer. You know, especially if they're freshly made. Like, you'll go to some places if you like this stuff. I know if you've been to other farmer markets or those little stores that sell soaps, if you've been to those places, I know that you've picked up maybe some of those soaps and smell like, they're old. Like, they've been sitting there for a long time. And then you look at the price and you're like, $11, you know? So I've been to a lot of stores like that. I won't buy those because they're just trying to sell a fancy soap that's probably really stale. They're selling it at an overpriced price. This woman probably makes so much fresh soap that she's able to sell it for $7.50, which is the going rate for this kind of soap, and they're very nice sizes. These soaps last a long time. If you keep it in your shower and you don't like lay it down on anything, but you put it in something like, you know, those, I can show you. And it will help that soap from, or any soap actually, from getting mushy. I just don't like the store-bought soap because it's yucky. But you see this? This is for like the sink for the kitchen to put your sponge in. Oh, sorry. This is to put your sponge, you know, in the kitchen. It's supposed to be in the kitchen, but I put my soap in there because it keeps it standing and it dries it up and it doesn't get all mushy and weird in the shower. And that's why I'm able to save. That's why my soap lasts so long. Even when I was in the trailer, I kept my soap out and dry. You have to do that with these soaps. You know, people usually, though, they buy them for decoration. I don't know why. This is the best soap that you can use for your skin. So anyway, so now that's what I did. So I want to show you some of the ones that she does have there in case you're interested. This is Bonneview Bath and Bubbles, established 2023, so a new business person. Brandy and Jimmy, okay, it's Bonneview, Texas. The number is 361-815-2593, and you can maybe look them up online. I'm sure you can. I don't know, maybe not, but you can call them and ask them about their soap or if they have a website. And so here's the ones I got, and if you're interested, you can contact them and you know, ask them about this. So this soap is called Energy. Let's do it like this. Energy. Pheromone. I like the color. She's also got goat milk soap. And look, it's shaped like a watermelon. Goat milk soap, watermelon sugar, sorry. That's why it's shaped like a water, or colored like a watermelon. Lavender and sage. Cucumber wasabi. I thought this one was cool because I wonder if this, you know, I should have asked her. I wonder if it glows in the dark. Look at that green. She's also got, this was interesting. I actually got 2 of these because I was so like, whoa. And you know what? It smells so good. Oh my gosh. It's called Hillbilly Homebrew. Hillbilly Homebrew, you guys. Oh my God. It smells so good too. And it's made out of beer. It's made out of beer, you guys. It smells so good. It does. I don't even know what that smell is, but it says Hillbilly Homebrew. Homebrew. Or no, Hillbilly. Yeah, Hillbilly Homebrew. Oh my God. Okay, so here's the next one. We have Wild Rose. And then we have Aqua. And then we have Sea Salt and Lily. So yeah, if you're interested in that soap, all her soaps are so good and they're all really freshy fresh. This is a person that it's obvious that she has a lot of business, because if she didn't, she would be bringing stale soaps, and they're not. They're all like freshy. God, just the smell of these soaps, it relaxes me already, automatic. It's the Hillbilly one. It's very nice. And then finally, so I got those from her, and then I went, and I still had to go down the ways, even though those ladies, they didn't really care for me being, offering cupcakes, which is okay, it's okay. Some people, they have diabetes, or they're on diets, so I can't really trip out too much on it, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal. I don't know, but I was just trying to be friendly, that's all. Anyways, I did go to the end there, and I did see this. I don't buy random stuff. Everything I buy, I use. I'm going to use. So this is an item. It's not a food item or a candle. This is what I got. Down Home Cooking. I got a cookbook. I really want to learn some home cooking stuff. I want to learn some nice recipes. My mom doesn't have no recipe for me, and when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, is that a cookbook? She's like, yeah. I'm like, is that your cookbook? And she's like, yes, it's all my family recipes. I was like, oh my god, I gotta have it. So yeah, we have appetizers and beverages, soups and salads, vegetables and side dishes. I mean, it's not like mega recipes, but there's recipes in here, and I think it's cute, and I like that. German potatoes, ooh, main dishes, baked turkey, cornbread. She's got helpful hints in there. This is a cute book. It was like 15 bucks. So, oh, what did I see? So she's got breads and rolls in there. You see that? I'm trying to work on my bread. My bread's okay. It's not that great, but it's okay. It's not the best bread. Desserts. I mean, and it's a really well, thought out book. It's really good. I don't see any Schubert P.O. Box 502 Woodsboro. She lives in the town. If any of you guys are interested in this down home cooking cookbook, I can try to get you the information if you want. If not, it's okay. So after I got the book, basically, I jumped in. I ran back to. I freaking ran, because at that point I could feel like I felt like kind of like that tightness in my head, kind of like feel like my head is gonna explode, and then so I ran to my car and I pulled out and I was about to drive out, and then I saw fruit and ice, and I was like, oh, that would help me a little bit at this moment. So I pulled over and I said, can I get one of those ice? I guess they have to do the ice and then they put the flavor on it, And I thought, oh, and they said, oh, I have to get the ice still. And she's like, but we have fruit. And those ladies, but they were real relaxed. Like, they were real calm. And I could tell that I was starting to be shaky and weird in front of them. So I said, I'm sorry. I have PTSD. I get a little high anxiety. It's starting to get too crowded here, and I have to leave. I'm like, what do you have there real quick that I can get? She had fruit. They made me the most beautiful fruit cup. Look at that. It's been sitting there the whole time, but I'm talking. I don't want to be eating and talking. I'm gonna chow this down when I get off. And those ladies, they were so nice, and I gave them a little extra, mostly because they helped me. They're like, it's okay. They're like, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna get this for you. And those chicks were nice. They actually, I mean, they grew up around here. I guess they live in Refugio area, I didn't want to tell anybody where I live, but now I guess I'm having to. I live in the town of Woodsboro because I bought all this stuff, and I do want to help people, and obviously the address is say Woodsboro. So anyways, but if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, I can refer you. This especially, I mean, everything really. This honey is great, The candles are great. The goat milk soap is great. Like, this is going to be already, I know, my soap person, because I haven't been able to find anybody around with the soap that I want. There's a store in town and she sells soap, but it's always closed. And I'm not trying to keep driving there every day to see if she's open. And why should I have to contact her, if I want a product from her store that should be open? So I figure if I'm going to call anybody, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call Bonneview, the soap company, Bonneview Bath and Bubbles. So anyways, that's what went on today. This is a long video. Sorry about that. I did need to show you guys how I get with the PTSD, because I don't think I've ever done that before on the channel. I don't think I've told you guys or showed you guys what happens to me when I go through like episodes that have happened. It basically just looks like I'm in pain or something. I don't really know how to explain it, but I don't want to get to that point, right? I don't want to get to that point because I just look like I'm in a lot of pain. I'm probably sweating profusely. My nothing is it's better now. It's better now. Look, it's good now. Before I was like probably like this, but now look, it's good. Over at the park, oh my God, it was really bad. By the time I was like, I was like, I had to get out of it. I haven't felt that way in a long time. I really haven't. Like, I've been in the Flagstaff, and I made a video of me going to the Arizona soap company or whatever it was called. I think that was called. I can't remember. I had to rush through that crowd really quickly. I was really like, I could feel my blood. I could feel the spike in my blood pressure. That's how bad it gets. So I had to like kind of, and I have a video of it, of me like running through there. And I have the camera inside my pocket of my overalls so I could film as I'm going, And then I go there and I by myself. And then I go out the other way and around. Like, that's like the only store, that's like the only place I hit, like going through there. But I needed the soaps. She was the one that had them. And I happened to like check in there that she had them. And so I was like, oh, the soaps are here. I have to go, because I'll tell you what, sometimes you can't find these nowhere. I swear, I couldn't find them. No, now I can, but I couldn't find them nowhere for a long time. So I buy them in bulk. So I make sure that I don't run out, so anyways, you guys, I feel a lot better. I also feel a lot better. You got to talk things out. Talking it out is good. When you're feeling some type of way, it's good to talk it out. But yeah, I'll probably do a chit chat, tell you what happened yesterday. I'm Mona. This is Sacred Geometry Universe video journal diary for July 4th, 2025, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.